Alright, we got most of the plastic down. I left a little piece up just to protect for trim. These are looking nice. I got a little bit of touch-up paint to do from the connections there. We're all filled and sanded. These I'm going to put up. They're done. They're ready for when I get to them. And so are those. The touch-up paint. And then we get to put these on the windows. I'm looking forward to that.
Alright, let's get those out of the way, and we're going to do a little measuring here. I'm going to line out where I want all the screw holes, and then I'm going to pre-drill all of these out with a countersink bit. A few marks on the window, just marking center so I can get everything nice and centered, and then use a level on the sides when I install them to make sure they're level and square and nice and pretty. So I'm going to put a bead of caulk around the back of the one I'm about to install. And yep, looks like we got a little spray foam in the way. Carve that out, and then I can put it on the wall at the little level, and there we go, done. And I'll caulk around the edges because we have a lot of bugs here, and so I'm doing my best to not give them any place to hide and live and come back and back and back. So yep, put the side piece there with the level, side piece number 2, bam bam, done like so. And then I'm going to move on to the second window. Alright, and we won't bore you with that, so we'll just cut that here pretty quick. And same process, we're going to put on the caulk, and here we go to the tops, and we're going to line out the drill holes, drill them out, bead of caulk, and then put it right up there. Unfortunately, I did discover that I put the seal on the bottom, just not exactly the spot I intended to, and so I had to trim the side pieces down a little bit without marring the wall. But again, good use for that pole saw. So there, here we go, and a little trim, 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 and a little trim, trim, trim on the other side. So let me know if you enjoy this format again. Just gonna keep plugging away on this house. Once we get done with the house, we've got other plans. Well, the other plans are really kicking off before we finish with this house because it's going to take a while, but I'm trying to get the main parts done here as quick as I can so that we can be warm and snuggly.
Well, there's some good looking windows in my opinion. I'll be sanding and filling the holes later after lunch. But while my lunch heats up, I am going to use up what's left of this spray can. So let's head to the spray foam here. Let's head to the basement and find somewhere to put it.
Can't wait to replace these stairs.
So I've noticed a lot of gaps around these windows. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can't fill those in. Get this door out of the way. All right, what are we looking at here? This side's pretty tight. I think I'm just gonna focus on this side. Let's check the other windows. That one looks pretty good. One more. Let's see, that's what. Move that away. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit it. Oh, yeah. And not much else. I use it right now, so done. I hit this here, why not?
All right, where do we use the rest? Huh? Where do we use the rest? I don't know. Not. All right, well, let's go outside and see if we can use it. And we're moving on. So back inside, do a little quick cleanup here. And then I'm going to caulk around the inside of the windows so that I can get, again, nice good seal, nowhere for the bugs to hide. I'm using a lot of caulk on this job, on this house, but you know, I think it's going to really help us down the road in the future. I'm using that swedging tool again to smooth the caulk out after I apply it, and I do like it. It works really well. Wipe it off with a towel. And here we go, patching the screw holes. So, you know, doing one patch tonight, and then in the morning come back and do a second coat.
All right, just made a quick trip to Lowe's. Got an air compressor.
Yes, so far it's turned out to be a pretty good air compressor. Initially I ordered a Craftsman, but ended up with a Kobalt. But it was same price, same specs, so try it out, see how it works. The build quality is pretty good. This plastic shroud around the needles, kind of cheesy and not exactly straight, but not essential to the tool. Yeah, that's me playing with it there, but everything else seems pretty well built. That's the adjustment nozzle there to adjust the pressure, and I'm going to pretty much leave it all the way up. This one has 2 ports, which is kind of nice, so you can run 2 things on it at once. It's a small air compressor, so I'm not running anything big, but it'll do for my needs for now. So we're going to do a little test on it here, and we will go ahead and skip to the end. And it looks like it's done a good job, did what it's supposed to do. Plug in my leaky hose. Yay! Alright. I'm gonna let this sit on a pressure test. Yep, gonna let it sit on a pressure test, see how well it holds pressure over time. We'll see how that works out. Alright, back to the job here. Time to do a little touch-up paint. So first I'm going to do the blue on the walls. I may have gotten a little nick or a little print of the green on there, and then I'm going to come back with a brush on the first coat and just brush over all the patches just because it's quicker. And then when I get to the final coat, like I said before, I'm going to use the roller. So I used the roller when I painted the trim in the first place, and using the roller here to finish actually gives me a little texture over the patches, and so they actually disappear really well. I'm really happy with the outcome.
Ah, those windows are looking good, looking good. Merry Christmas, y'all. So, it's getting close. The room and Christmas is getting close. Alright, so switching gears, I'm actually going to trim out this crawl access next. So I'm going to lay that out. I'm going to do the same method because I want it secure.
So yeah, I'm laying it out on the table here and then making sure I get it all square and figure out exactly where I want the screw holes, and then I'll pre-drill and then caulk back, stick it to the ceiling, make sure I get them all square with each other, which is not easy, but here we go. It is all up there, and I did use screws because I'll be going in and out of this, and I want it to be nice and firm, and I don't want it to fall off when I grab onto it. So this is going nowhere. Caulked around the edges and filled in the holes.
All right, we're leaving the van here for a few days. We're off for Christmas. Rosalie's taking the first little driving shift, and we'll see you when we get back.
Oh, but my hands are all sticky. You got to do it. Wow.
Yum.
That's pretty cool.
Weren't you gonna put some snowflakes on them?
Oh,
Wait,
oh,
wait,
the
you do the
final.
snowflakes while he's there you go.
There we
Oh, I
go.
thought we were gonna do it this way.
Oh,
That's okay.
you want to do some in here? Oh, right. There you go.
So the pressure test on the new compressor is a pass. It's been sitting here for a few days, all over Christmas. It's held pressure pretty well. Now I'm gonna use the old brad nailer and put on some trim. Good morning. Well, thought I'd do a quick check-in. I have been scraping and scraping these long floorboards. One more to go. They're pretty beat up, some of them. This one's cracked, so I gotta glue them together, straighten them out, and paint them up, and we'll be on the way.
So, scraping and scraping and scraping. I am wearing a face mask for this because this is an old house and it is highly likely that there is lead paint. Some of it's even shiny and metallic. Yay. So, wear the, protect your breathing and scrape away. I mean, there's probably better ways to do this, but I don't know, this worked for me. I recently got a power planer. I may try that next time, because on some of the longer boards I ended up resorting to the hand planer just to be able to get this finish off, because it doesn't really scrape off and sander just melts it and then it gets all gummy, and that's pretty annoying. So I found the planer, actually it's set at the right depth, will plane it off pretty good, but it's still a lot of work.
Here we are, another day. Still working on this trim here. So today I'm gonna straighten these pieces out that I glued together. I'm gonna fill these holes in this trim and that trim, all the stuff I've already sanded. I've sanded everything for the bedroom. I'm gonna fill that today, hopefully get to painting it. And then this stuff over here for the living room, I still have to sand, so I may do that while the mud dries. I am gonna use mud. I hope it doesn't come back to haunt me in the future, but I just really like working with it better than anything else. So just filling holes should be fine. All right, here we go.
So we're not going to dwell on this stuff too long, but this is the basic thing. Just take the mud and a knife and put it in the holes. Work it in well, because you want it to really, first coat really fill in, and then come back on the second coat because it'll sink in when it dries.
All right, I just spent time talking to some business lawyers for the next phase. We're getting ready for the next phase. I'm really looking forward to it. More on that coming later. But first, I am going to wait to finish this trim for the living room because I am really tired of making a mess up here. And I decided I'm going to move the mess to the basement. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and share. And next week we'll be digging into that basement. See you then.